gone cold again. You clicking for the truth at the edge of the day. Smartest crowd in the room, typing sharp in the dark. Every clue gets a name, every lie gets marked. And the chat starts to hum like a wire in rain. One more case, one more call, pull the veil again. LolCow crypt, say it like a prayer. LolCow crypt, we meet you there. LolCow crypt, brains in the mist. Morning podcast, midnight twist. The glass and the shadows thin. You still want that chill, wanna step back in. LolCow crypt, say it like a prayer. LolCow crypt, we meet you there. LolCow crypt, smartest souls I know. Morning show in the afterglow. LolCow crypt, don't let it slip. We keep that strange light lit.
Good morning, everybody. We are back at it again, of course, with the talent, Wings of Redemption, David, Jaffe, TechProtect on your screen this morning to give you the news that they won't let you know. Jaffe.
All I know is this morning, I go to the kitchen. I'm heating up pizza from last night. As I'm walking away, I hear Tech call me a fat Mexican. You also have shit in your
Okay,
beard,
I don't think I called you a Mexican. I did call you fat. That is true.
You
No, but
did.
you were walking.
100% did.
Did I say fat Mexican?
A fat.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe
You have shit in your
stop
beard,
smelling like
Tech.
fresh cut grass.
You have shit. Yeah.
I have cheese for my
Corn.
broccoli.
Oh my God.
That's unfortunate.
Anyway, no.
You should have just left it there the whole show.
I know it's too gross. I could not look at it.
That's how I feel about you. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Jaffe, what is on the breakfast menu today?
Oh, we got pizza last night. We ordered I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant, a wonderful Italian restaurant in San Diego for Mother's Day. So my ex came over and we got this Italian restaurant. I got pizza. Then we took a nice long walk and then we came back and we played Sushi Go,
Great.
which was a real great game.
Wings, how was Mother's Day?
Shit.
Damn, why?
Yep. You asked me why. All right.
I am, yeah. How Mother's Day, bad, good, why?
You know what my every day of my life consists of?
You wake up as one of the most recognized people on the internet in the top 0.1% of fame when it comes to internet celebrityhood. You get to play games for a living, and you talk to the guy who made one of your favorite childhood games Monday through Friday. I think you're Miller High Life right now, Wings.
Well, Monday through Saturday. I mean, like I show up to the movie streams, Tech, unlike you.
Bitch, it was one time. I was getting my dick wet. Anyways, Melissa Duncan with $5. Good morning, gentlemen. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Melissa. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, buddy. By the way, speaking of Saturday, I had not seen True Romance until, again, the first time I saw it was when it opened in college, and I hadn't forgotten about it. I knew what it was, but holy fuck, that's a great movie. I know it's like no shit, Jaffe, but again, I hadn't seen it in decades, and I'm like, that was fucking great. I was so happy to see that again. So whoever put that on the wheel, thank you. That was awesome.
It was a good movie.
Fuck the person who put Howard the Duck on the wheel.
Howard Duck was also pretty good. I enjoyed Howard
That was
Duck.
not pretty good. Quit coming with that line.
It was great.
Was good. It was good in a different way. It was good as
what was your favorite part of Howard the Duck?
Leia Thompson.
I liked the scene at the diner. Big fan of the diner scene. Also, the duck boobies from the intro when he gets sent through the wormhole. That was pretty funny. Also, the fact that the car only activated when he had a seatbelt on, it was a good lesson for kids, which that movie was marketed towards for sure. It was. That's so confusing.
You weren't enthralled when they did like the 45-minute airplane scene with Tim Robbins?
Terrible.
Oh, I remember distinctly going to Instagram Reels when that was on. I looked down at my phone. I gave it. It's
they felt like this movie needed to be 151 minutes. It's like a 2-hour movie almost. It's just short of 2 hours.
Yeah.
No, it's not a great movie in that sense, but it is a schlocky, fun, junky movie with some moments that are like, it's kind of like a really bad movie with Leia Thompson, which is great, and some really top effects for the time.
I don't get it. Like the editor was so bad on Howard the Duck, and then you go to True Romance, who the casting agent should have got a fucking raise. Like he hit every big talent that's going to happen in Hollywood all in one movie.
Right? He got Morgan Freeman on there. Was Morgan Freeman on there? Am I right?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. Same guy.
Whoa.
Different story.
Whoa, you racist little fucker.
Oh, what? Because it's a black person, it's racist? That's racist of you, Jaffe.
No. You basically said because they look alike, I can't tell them apart.
No, because I don't know actors. I named an actor of a black heritage.
Yeah, but Morgan Freeman is always like a very subtle, like soft voice.
I've seen Morgan Freeman in 2 films in my life. I think it's the one where he plays God and then Shawshank Redemption.
So you seen a Jim Carrey vehicle?
Yeah, I saw the Jim Carrey God movie and I saw Shawshank Redemption. That's my experience of I already forgot his name. Morgan Freeman. I almost said Michael Jackson. Different guys. Anyways,
you've never seen Seven?
No, I don't know what Seven is.
Oh, Seven's great.
Seven's a fucking awesome movie.
Oh, is he in Hateful Eight? I saw most of Hateful Eight.
No, Samuel Jackson's in Hateful Eight. The guy you just confused.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I think it's not intentional. I just don't have the background. That's like, someone who's never driven a car before, and they're like, "Is this a Miata?" No, it's a Mazda. Well, it's the same shit. They both do the same thing. They're both in this category.
I mean, there are biological reasons though why people of different races think races that are not their own kind of look alike.
There's a study out there that says like it's harder to distinguish the different factors in someone's face from a race that you're not really accustomed to. But I grew up around black people more than I grew up around white people.
Okay, then you may be racist.
No,
you may very well.
I just haven't seen films. All right, it wasn't until I was like 17 that I distinguished the difference between like Rihanna and Beyonce and the other one.
The other black.
No,
the other black.
Mariah Carey. That's the third one.
She's not even a Destiny's Child.
What? Yeah, but it's like I only heard their voices and I never saw them on TV.
Rihanna's not a Destiny's Child either.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
God, look! Hey, there's Wings. Wings is on the same fucking page as me. All right.
No, I wasn't confusing them. I thought you were naming Destiny's Child, like the group.
No, why would I be naming Destiny's Child? I'm just saying, like women voices, black women in music. I've heard their voices, but if you showed me pictures of them, I never saw them on TV or anywhere. So I was like, I don't know fucking know who's who.
Wow. Speaking of that, can we bring this up? Have you guys seen the Glorilla change?
Yes.
I mean, that is crazy.
Share your screen.
You've seen this tag, but you can't tell them apart.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking.
Don't call them them. Don't call black people them. I mean, the thing is, these are people that I didn't grow up, knowing about. But as an adult, Glorilla, she's from this era.
This weekend. It's nothing but black movies. We're gonna watch The Wiz. We're gonna watch.
That's
The Color
exciting.
Purple. Yeah, you guys have to get your fucking education.
Does Holes count as a black movie?
I haven't seen it.
Let me get these super chats real quick. Sammy said so. The clip of SLJ telling an interviewer, "We don't all look alike," after getting confused for another black actor. Yeah. And then
that's a great clip.
Cynthia Breyer says, "Wing should write for Hallmark." True. He has that Gutzpah or that moxie.
Don't speak Yiddish. Don't try to speak Yiddish.
It's not Yiddish. All right, we reclaimed it. We paid a fair fee.
Chutzpah is yeah. Reparations.
Yeah.
All right, look
You
at
guys
this
got
shit right
Hollywood. We get some of your funny words.
here. Check this shit out.
We didn't get Hollywood. They made Hollywood.
No,
bitch.
you guys got Hollywood. All right.
Nuh-uh, they made Hollywood. Okay, who is this person?
This is a I want to call her a rapper.
She's a rapper. She's a musician.
I mean,
you could say.
Musician. Like she raps a little bit, but not very much. But like the left's what she started rapping as. The right's what she is now.
Okay,
It's like that surgeon deserves a raise. That is a crazy look, Max.
What if I told you it's mostly her dentist?
You're
A
wrong.
lot of her, because the change in your face that you're seeing was I'm pretty sure dental corrective surgery.
Yeah, but she got a new nose too. That's a new nose there. That's rhinoplasty.
And her eyes seem closer together, but that may just be
That's the
angle, but
rhinoplasty. No, it's because the nose got a little touched up. But I'm pretty
you
sure.
can move your eyes closer together with rhinoplasty.
Well, you're just it's the you know how the moon looks bigger the closer it is to the horizon.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's similar, right? The nose got shrunk down, right? So the eyes are affected by what they visually look like in comparison.
Okay. You'd think it would be the opposite, but whatever. Yeah, she looks good.
Well, is
Other than that
Yahtzee a
butterfly
Jewish word?
tattoo.
Is what?
Yahtzee? Or is that just
No,
a board
but
game?
it's not a Jewish word, but every time somebody gets Yahtzee, the Jews get 5%.
I heard something similar. Yeah. We wanted to talk about certain news articles today. Jaffe, I kind of debriefed you a little
Wait
bit
a minute.
at the.
Wait, I want to get to those, but hang on a minute. I do want to show this because it's just the greatest thing in the world.
I hope it's fucking Sydney Sweeney in a diaper again because it's like your background on your.
She
PC.
100% got rhinoplasty. That nose on that right picture is not the nose on the left picture.
Oh yeah, it's guaranteed rhinoplasty. Jaffe, what did you want to show us?
I'm gonna show you, bitch.
Oh, okay. Also, Jaffe doesn't eat meat, by the way. He is the vegan that we're talking about in the title of this episode.
Sammy's like, Wings, we talked about not talking about women's bodies. First off, when women dress like that, they want men to talk about their bodies. It's for attention. That's what that's for.
Also,
like, if it's not for men, like who's it for? Is it for other women?
Also, Wings does what he wants. All right.
So you may not be able to hear this. May have to change it.
Here's Morgan
We
Freeman.
hear it.
Okay.
Were you a fan of the Peter Weller?
Surprising.
Right.
House, the water, and the lights. When he's
We want to do a list of all the people that you're not.
and I've asked when his kid
Why'd
tells
you
him the
skip
house
the-
is cool.
the part?
I'm not
Stop.
that guy
Guess
either.
what? Well, watch.
The other one.
What?
What's in your?
You were Bob Dylan. Right. You know
Why
what?
are we clicking around?
Yeah, why are you clicking around?
I didn't know. Okay, just
Tell you what,
shh,
you
here you go.
working for Marvel, the Super Bowl commercial. Did you get a lot of reaction to that Super Bowl commercial?
What Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, you know what? I've been my mistake. You know
See
what?
what? See, you're as crazy as the people on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
That's my fault. I know that. That was my fault. My mistake. You know what?
We don't all look alike.
Fuck, you're
There you go,
exactly.
Jaffe. That's the
Black
whole
and
clip.
famous. You are.
No, it's not the whole clip.
I am guilty.
You're busted.
I am guilty.
Okay, but it's the whole clip that I can show before we get a fucking. They're gonna be like, we're gonna take your ad revenue.
Fine. It's really good though. Watch it, kids. Sorry, go
Well,
ahead.
I think the white guy confused him like Tech.
Yes.
No, that guy is a fucking news reporter in media who has been doing this for like decades, and at least has had a childhood where he's watched movies. I've seen this guy on a film twice.
First off, motherfucker, that guy news anchor does it like 30 minutes a day. You do your shit 6 hours a day. And
more
then
than that,
volunteer
9.
for that.
He's
you
like
know?
40. Also,
You're catching up to him quickly. You should have the same level of responsibility of being able to recognize people.
Nah, I don't have the background he does. Who's that one guy from The Equalizer?
Which one? There's so many on the Equalizer.
Denzel.
Denzel Washington.
Washington.
That guy is cool. I like Denzel.
That's a great series.
He's my
Love those.
favorite black actor. Who's your favorite black actor, Wings?
Morgan Freeman.
I was hoping you'd name a porn star. I was like right there, just hoping you would be like porn star name. Jaffe, you favorite black actor?
I don't see color.
Oh my
Lord, that is the most liberal answer in the fucking world.
Oh,
No,
it's
no,
also
literally, my
racist.
TV, my TV's in black and white. I don't see color.
What about your computer monitor? Because you watch movies on that shit too.
Yeah, my favorite. Okay, my favorite black actor. Oh, the guy in I don't know what his name is. He's in he's like a character actor. He was in Devs. He's kind of a rotund guy, kind of albino-ish. He looks older guy. He was in a Ted Danson show called Man on the Inside. I don't know what his name is. But he's wonderful.
Forrest Whitaker.
No,
It's
but
not
he's
from Forrest Whitaker.
no.
No. Also, I lied. Terry Crews is my favorite black actor of all time. It is Terry Crews, but Denzel Washington, great runner-up. Someone said Obama because he pretended to be the president and also an American.
I mean, Denzel's great, but I mean, Denzel's.
Are you talking about Steven Henderson?
Is it Lawrence
I don't know.
Fishburne?
No, he's not famous.
You're just naming some D-Ray
throw this
actor.
up here.
Yes, Steven Henderson. That's him.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, that guy's really good.
Yeah.
That guy.
Like,
That guy
Forrest
was.
Whitaker was my number 2 because I love Ghost Dog. That's
Uh,
another movie you've probably never seen.
no, I've never heard of it either. This last guy you just showed. What was that? The Civil War. The movie Civil War.
Yeah, he was in that too.
He was really
That's
good there. Also, he was in Dune, right? He was the
Yes,
number alien thing.
Thurif Withfit, whatever his name is. Yeah.
Fucking bless you, Gesundheit. Is Gesundheit a Jewish word? Anna G, thank you for the $5. Wings, no offense. Majority of us women do not dress up for you men.
I don't think that's a fair assessment. I do not like.
I think
You're
she's
trying
saying
to tell me-
for you, man. Like it would be for wings.
Yeah, maybe there a comma there's missing, but like, there's a lot of women that go to the club that don't dress up for the other women in the club. They dress up for attention. Like when a woman, like even girls that go to church, they you could get like 12 girls and they'll go to Sunday church. One of them's trying to be the baddest.
I've always heard women say mostly they dress for other women. Most women can get any man anyway. It's not like it's like, oh, I wasn't going to go out with you, but
I don't believe that.
All right.
I don't know. It's anyways. We're not gonna get into the woman
Oh,
conversation.
cat lady's saying I'm trying to rewire how women feel. Like I'm just going by my experiences as a guy. I've never been a woman in my life.
Right. So when a woman tells you, instead of going, no, you're wrong, woman, about your experience.
Well, women can be wrong
I mean,
about their experience. That is true.
Think about the misogyny that has been unleashed on LolCow Crypt today.
Oh my god.
Not
This
this
li- I hate this liberal shit, dog. It's
I'm liberal, but like I'm not the feminist liberal.
It's not liberal shit.
you'll
It's
never
not-
understand the experience of a woman, so you don't get really.
You literally have a woman saying, as a woman, this is what I think the experience is, and you've got a guy going, nope.
Because
your experience as a woman
Yeah.
is wrong, and I'm telling you that based on my experience as a guy.
Hold on. As a single man, can you give your explanation for all men? No. You should doubt that.
I do doubt that, but it would be a better take or a more close to the mark take than a woman saying, as a woman, here's my opinion about your opinion of life as a man.
Well, let me tell you, as a man that also has to dress up for events,
Yeah.
I never dress up hoping that other men think I'm attractive.
Anna didn't say that.
Yeah, she didn't say that.
But men will do finances for that. Men will say, look at my car, look at my truck, look at my watch, look at my suit, whatever. It's not about attractiveness. It's about
comparison
of
of power, comparison of authority.
Right.
Yeah, men do that. And women do the I'm more put together than you thing with other women. That is for sure a thing I've heard women say. But also, you as a man, you should be able to comment on your opinion on what the other sex thinks.
I didn't say he can't comment on it.
Yeah, but he should be able to.
This is the problem. He did, and I'm commenting on my take on what he commented on. This is the problem with conservative people. When progressive people push on them, they think they're being told you can't say that. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Like that dude running around with the cowboy hat that got arrested this weekend.
Chud?
Yeah. I think he is a piece of shit, and I hope
We
got
to find that video.
But that said, I absolutely defend his right to do what he's doing until he breaks the law, because you have a First Amendment right to say awful things. But he's a piece of shit.
Technically, he's already broken the law. Like, you could say awful things, but like, you can't say fighting words like fire in a theater and stuff like that. You can't be like,
you
I'm
can't
going
incite
to
violence
end your Minecraft game and stuff like that, or like racial slurs fall into that category.
No, they do not. No, they do not.
Depends on how the context.
And depends on the state as well. Certain states will consider racial abusive words as fighting words.
The First Amendment is not.
Okay.
It's federal.
I hear what you're
It's
saying.
not a state issue.
Well, yes, it is. When states have specifically said, like, these are considered fighting words in this state, right? If you go up to someone and you specifically are yelling slurs in their face, those can be deemed fighting words, and like you're inciting violence onto yourself with a third party.
Inciting violence, the Supreme Court at a federal level has said that doesn't get covered by the First Amendment. And it is
Ato Oi2 super chatted $9.99. As a middle-aged woman, I dress up for myself, no one else. Also, as a middle-aged woman, I don't gaff what anyone else thinks. I think this started when I was in my mid-30s, rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
I'm going to start prefacing everything I say as a middle-aged woman, I think this. Yeah. Thank you, Yeet. We appreciate that very, very much, buddy. Anyway, the point is, though, yes, inciting violence you can't do, or you can, but there will be legal consequences. But short of that,
the separation is that he didn't.
Is not
the guy. Yeah, the guy didn't just go around being like, I hate all these blahs, right? What he did was he found a specific person and said, you are a blah 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 monkey blah 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 gorilla blah your mother jungle blah blah. Right.
This is what Gemini thinks about it.
Okay.
I don't
Racial
like
slurs can be considered fighting words, a category of speech not protected by the First Amendment if they're directed personally at an individual in a face-to-face confrontation, just like Tech said. If you call somebody the N-word to their face, that's considered fighting words. That's not protected by free speech.
However, this is context dependent, and the Supreme Court
and I said that is based on context.
Let me finish. And the Supreme Court has heavily narrowed this exception over time, making it difficult to enforce as they cannot be punished simply because they are offensive. So the idea that this guy is going, in fact, it says not all hateful speech, simply being offensive. Now you take it off the screen, right? Because
no, I didn't mean to. I didn't. I thought you were done reading it. It's not trying to hide anything.
Yeah. So the point, though, is that
do you have Charleston chew in your mouth?
It's gum, man. And the only reason I'm doing it is this Middle Earth guy is constantly going, Jaffe shouldn't be drinking Coke. Jaffe shouldn't be eating pizza. Jaffe shouldn't be chewing gum. And I find people that observe that behavior, not the fact that I'm eating on camera, that's a universal thing people don't like, but which is, of course, is why I continue to do it. But the whole, when people look, when they're just like, oh, Jaffe's eating this, it's not healthy. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, wow. You're into health. Maybe you just got into health and lost a bunch of weight and think you know everything. Don't worry, you'll gain it back. 95% of people who lose weight on diets gain it back. Or maybe you've been into health your whole fucking life. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, Jeffy's been unhealthy for a while. It's okay.
It's a short fucking ride.
Yeah, see, y'all think it's gum. It's actually fucking Blue Chew. Jaffe's got a date coming on after the show.
I don't need Blue Chew, baby.
If you want to be Jaffe's date after the show, put a 1 in the chat. Let us know.
No. Chewing gum is not bad for me. What are you I've been chewing gum for 50 years, man.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it into the microphone. You
Can we find the Chud clip? Have you found that, Tech?
If I share anything on my screen, there's a potential that it fucking blows up. Because I need a new graphics card. I can find
Final
it for you.
Chicken, you are wrong. You do have the right to do hate speech. You do not have the. In England, in the UK, you don't. In America, you absolutely can do hate speech. Yes, you can.
Can I clarify? We're not actually talking about people fighting each other over words. We're debating the legality of going into somebody's face and saying a racial slur. That was the debate. We weren't talking about like, do you have the right to hit somebody because they call you something?
I absolutely wish we had better civics classes in this country.
I do not. have a clip.
The things that we have people thinking are legal and not legal, and the limits they want to put on the press. Like I saw a study that said over 50% of high school students think it's okay for the government to tell the press what they can and cannot report. And I'm like, where the fuck were you educated? Did you realize how dangerous that is? Insane.
You must love Trump.
I can't stand Trump. Although I was talking to a Washington Post journalist yesterday on my stream, a guy who's been to the correspondence dinner, he said like 3 times. And he said, it's so weird because these guys behind the scenes, the Tucker Carlsons, the Fox guys, all the Trump administration guys, he said, they are so friendly to the press. They get along, they hang out, they party together. But when the cameras go on, they step into these roles. And he was even talking about Sean Spicer, who was the original Donald Trump's press secretary, who was just a nightmare. But he says Sean Spicer loves the press, is always hanging out with them, shooting the shit with them. And it's like, it's disgusting to me that is the way they do it. It's pretty gross.
See, I've had nothing but negative experiences with the press. Nothing but negative experiences.
What about the lady who wrote your New York Times article? That
Tiffany Sue?
Well, yeah, you said
like I said, it was like a 3-day debate where we were fighting over the wording of the article because she wanted to write it more slimy than it actually came out to be. Like half that article, my wife wrote.
Okay, well,
it's like they want the most sensationalism as possible, which that's their job, right? But it's like they will fucking cut you at the knees if they think they can make $1 on you.
Wings, can you name a positive experience you've had in the past like couple of years?
Oh,
700 days. One positive experience.
I'm trying. First off, I'm trying to convey like what all my experiences are in the last couple years.
Yeah.
I mean, like LolCow Live was a great experience when it popped off and Boogie faked cancer, and I just had to sit back and watch it and just collect money. That was a great experience.
But the collecting money part was a good experience, or the fun you had on the show?
The collecting money part.
Okay, well, name one that's not like a monetary thing, because a check is always a good experience. But like, what's something that's positive? You're like, oh, my life's better now. 700 days.
Oh my Lord. You gotta let me study for this one.
Oh shit, Jaffe, what was it?
Yeah,
Give me a positive experience. Past week.
Last night it was fun doing Mother's Day with everybody. That was fun. Yesterday, you have to find the wins in the places because joy actually exists all around us. You just have to be able to perceive it. And again, that's not like a lack of character. That's just I've been fortunate enough I've been able to tune my brain that way. But I haven't been hit with the onslaught of shit like Wings is all the time. But I'll give you a great example. Yesterday, this delighted me, and it continues to delight me. Tech showed me this. And I was
fuck
like,
me. Yeah, look at this.
I adore this. This is so dumb.
This
is washing machine. McDonald's.
Well, I thought it was a McDonald's trash can.
No,
I'm like, let me finish. I mean, why would anybody make a McDonald's trash can toy? He says that's not what it is. He says this is the meat press where the meat is, and that's how they push the hamburgers down. And I said, well, that's even dumber. Who knows that that's a thing that they have at McDonald's? He says, no, it's better. Yeah. It's one of the McDonald's transformers where there's and it transforms. Back. That is your toy that is a transformer. God knows why a kid would want this. And then what's great is there's a dinosaur coming out of the meat press. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
There's a lever on the back, Jaffe. There's a lever on the back.
Yeah. Like, why would anybody go, you know what? This is like, nobody wants the meat press. Dinosaurs are not transformers. And when he transforms into this, who wants to play with this? This is the most delightful thing I've seen yesterday.
It's the dumbest fucking toy I found.
Programmed fucking wrong, bud. You know when you showed me that toy, I'm thinking like, I wonder what little Chinese boy had to put that together for McDonald's and the fields of factories they have over there.
You'd be wrong. It's Vietnam nowadays.
Yeah, there's a QR code you can scan to hear all about them and donate money.
Well, the QR code, if you scan it vertically, it's how you can donate. If you scan it horizontally, it's just their tiers on an MP3 file.
Oh, and that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
And the Jews do collect 5%. So that's
And that'll be worth about $1,000 in 30 years. So, you know.
yeah.
McDonald's toys are like toys in the loosest sense possible. Like
Back
they'll have
in-
like
back in
one
the
little
day, they were
lever that
good.
like swings their arm down like this. It's like, okay, who plays with this shit? And they want to charge $3 for it.
They used to have little Game and Watch, like electronic toys you could get out of a fucking kid's meal, like way back when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's about it's the stocking stuffer of it. It's not about it being your favorite toy. It's about, I like Mario, I'm a kid, and oh look, we're going to McDonald's, and oh, I get a Mario toy. It's the experience. I don't think the kids are like, it's the greatest toy ever. Do you know what Trash Girl Pearl? We don't see her around much anymore, but I still love these little things. She got me these. She brought these to Fat Camp. Little tiny mini Funko Pops. I love these. They're so cute.
Yeah. Jaffe.
Well, there's Loki.
Jaffe.
Yeah. What? What?
Wings.
Yes.
Do you know about the Lone Star Tick?
Yes.
What do you know about the Lone Star Tick, Wings? You're a knowledgeable
Got
man.
a star on his back.
What else?
That's it. That's all I know about it. I know it exists as an animal and it has like a little star on his back. That's how it got its name.
Jaffe, do you know about the Lone Star Tick?
I know about it, and then I've heard about the weird conspiracy that I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that I'd like to know why people think what they think. But yeah, I'm aware.
Well, Brick Scraper, let me just get these super chats real quick. The History Channel is doing a Skinwalker Ranch show. That sounds great. We are timed and primed to do that with them. Glowshine says, that reminds me of the scene from the Big in the boardroom. What kid wants a toy that transforms into a building?
Yeah. So what's fun about that?
Is that a
I
movie?
don't get it. I think you were watching it. Maybe it was a Madhouse movie, but yeah, we watched it on the stream.
Okay. So the Lone Star Tick, if it bites you, its saliva contains a sugar molecule called alpha gal, which resets your immune system and makes it so you become allergic to red meat. This tick can randomly bite you and make you allergic to beef wings. You will not be able to eat a hamburger ever again. No more ribs, hot dogs off the table. It can make you allergic to red meat. Have you heard about this?
I have not heard about this.
It's fucking scary. I love red meat. Apparently, there have been sightings around the South where people have found boxes of Lone Star ticks being dropped off in fields, at parks, in farms, in parking lots, behind your grocery store, all across the U.S. And people are saying, isn't it a little convenient that Bill Gates has been investing heavily in these fake meat companies like Impossible Meats and so on to get people off of red meat? And now the population size of these Lone Star ticks has gone up dramatically in the South. And now there's a record amount of cases of people developing this red meat allergy right when the investment for fake meat is in its prime. What do you think about this, Wings? Do you think there's a conspiracy out there that people are trying to make people allergic to meat on purpose?
Motherfucker, he's right there.
I know he's the one that controls the media. He's the one that is putting out the ticks. I know it.
He's the one, like he's like a 50-year-old man that doesn't eat meat. How do you not eat meat? Like, what was wrong with that? Like, where'd you get that from?
I literally go to the grocery store the other night, and Sarah sends me a list of things to get. And I got everything, and then I get to the last thing, and she says beef. And she says just beef. So I'm like, okay. And so I go over to the beef area, and I look down, and there's just this ground up beef on the plastic or the styrofoam plate with the plastic overwrap, and it's a little bloody and stuff. And I'm like, I can't touch it. I'm not going to touch it. I told Sarah, I said, you have to go buy this yourself. I'm more than happy to pay for it, but I'm not going to fucking touch that shit. I find it gross. I found it gross since I was 7 years old. I understand. I don't have a moral superiority about it. I don't sit around and say, look at me. I'm a vegan, or I'm not a vegan.
Yeah,
I'm a vegetarian.
You're scared of it.
I have a 7-year-old mentality when it comes, and it's a stunted thing. I think people sadly are supposed to eat other living creatures, but I find it cruel.
Tommy C,
and I find it disgusting.
do you know about this?
I'm like listening a little. I'm listening. I'm interested.
Yeah,
I'm more listening. I'll
give you.
Continue. Don't let me interrupt you.
Yeah, I'll give Tommy C a little
Jaffe
update.
bit by tick confirmed.
No,
yeah, you
shut up.
goddamn right.
Tommy C, Jaffe doesn't eat meat, and it doesn't stem from him being like, oh, I care about animals. It's because when he was 7, his brother chased around the house with a meat stick, and now he's like, fuck meat. I'm terrified.
I had an ex-girlfriend like that. I had an ex-girlfriend that she wasn't like a. Everybody thought she was like this uber liberal. She went to Sizzler one night. And then she said she thought about what she was doing, and she never ate meat again. And it wasn't the type of thing where it was like she was preaching or sort of like Jaffe was saying, like down. And she used to cook for me as well, and she was a great cook. But for her, no, I always thought it was legit. It wasn't like a virtue signal; it was like a real thing. So I totally believe it.
Prepare meat. Ex-girlfriend could prepare meat
couldn't put it in her mouth.
Couldn't eat it. That's weird because preparing meat is way more disgusting than eating meat.
Yeah.
Guess I don't know. Now for us, what you put it in the machine? I don't know, or put it in the I think it's putting it in her mouth was the issue when you think about what happened.
I hate preparing meat, like cutting the fat off of like chicken tenders and stuff like that, and like deveining them and stuff like that. That's nasty to me. That's why I prefer to eat McDonald's or something.
Well, I'm not a hillbilly. I don't kill the fucking things. I just buy them at
I butchered my first go at like 10 years old in Mexico. So it's,
my fucking Lord, Teg.
I was a kid. My uncle's like, all right, mijo. And my uncle's like, all right, grab the horn from this side, and then you put the knife from the opposite direction, and then you pull it that way. So that's how we killed animals all the time. So I grew up around meat. Jaffe hates meat though. Didn't you kill a duck because you thought you could?
Yeah, but that wasn't because I wanted to eat it.
You were like 5, and you're like, I can just squish this fucking duck with my feet or my hands.
Yeah, but first off, it was that I was eating bacon, and I loved bacon, and I'll still eat meat from time to time because it does taste really good. And I'll every now and then I'll get a craving for one of the most disgusting cuts of meat, which is a fucking hot dog. And I'll have one, and I think the body craves it, which again is a reason that I don't believe there's a God, not a biblical God, because what an asshole!
What a connection.
Well, it is a connection because when you think about it, it's like, hi, I'm God. In order to survive, I'm going to give you a craving to cause pain and fear in other creatures, take their life away, and that's the only way you can survive. Oh, well, don't worry, God, I'll eat plants. Well, they're alive too, so go fuck yourself.
You think it's more likely that God is just like, dude, that'd be funny as fuck. You don't think he's like just more like a cynic?
Either way, that's why I don't believe.
You know what a pulsar star is? He made a fucking thing in the universe that shoots an energy beam like a laser from a sci-fi movie that could destroy a planet if it just pointed in the right direction. He's just fucking around at this point, dog. He's just like, oh, I wonder what else I can do.
Did your parents not make you go to temple? Did your parents not make you go to temple, Jaffe?
My parents, I had a bar mitzvah, but I was an agnostic atheist since I was 7.
Yeah, but you're at a bar mitzvah because that's guy. Look, I grew up in New Jersey. I got a lot of Jewish friends. That was exactly. I had a bar mitzvah too, and I'm Irish.
No, that's not why. It was because my grandparents on my dad's side were into religion, and I'm like, well, have them have a fucking bar mitzvah. I don't give a shit about this.
Okay, yeah,
Getting
good stuff.
It's good smoozing. Bar mitzvahs.
Lord.
What's up, Tommy? What can we do for you?
Oh, I want to is it okay if I switch to gaming real quick? Or are you guys having a serious conversation?
Oh, you want to talk about Forza Horizon being leaked? You want to talk about that?
No, I'm a weird gamer. I'm not into the
Before you jump into that topic,
I wanted to shit talk steak, but we can talk gaming.
Somebody
can do that too.
In the chat asked me to ask you about Twiggy.
I think the situation between me and Twiggy is very different between the situation between you and Twiggy. So I don't think it applies. A lot of people are saying like,
let me I don't know what they're talking about, so you got to fill me in.
Twiggy did something exceptionally stupid after I asked him to stop, right? And he didn't believe me, and he still doesn't believe me, and he still doesn't get it, right? I actually think he's too stupid to fucking conceive like the position that he put me in. So in that sense, I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at him for not sinking in. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Without going into too much detail. Because it has to do with PDF stuff, and I don't want to go there. Because I'm sick of fucking everything being about that.
Everything's about it.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this question. Sure. I think Twiggy is doing something that a seasoned streamer or YouTuber understands is just like it's a path you take.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah,
It's a bad idea.
It fucks
Even
things
if you're
up.
bad at it. It's a bad idea. And the thing is weird is like I assumed he watched me and Nightmares Exchange back in which I clearly not. I know that he looked into me and Augie's history. And that's like how I know he looked in that. It's just nothing sinking in, and I can't deal with that until he figures out I'm not having anything to do with him until he fucking it snaps.
Yeah.
I think it might.
I think
that's it.
Twiggy's background, if you're not too familiar with anyone in the chat, he comes from TikTok. He made a ton of short form content videos that got really popular and
really funny.
Yeah,
Like, I don't doubt the guy's talent or anything,
Yeah.
but he's kind of all over the place. And in this particular area, I have massive experience to know to stay away from it. And I don't think he realized he was taking a big vial of poison and putting it in the LCU.
On everyone.
I think he saw himself. I'm a hero.
Yeah, and that's just not how it works here. But games?
All right. Do you see this? See what this is? You know what this is?
Oh, yeah,
Nintendo 64.
No.
Order.
Nintendo 64.
Oh,
Tell 'em what it is.
That's the new thing, right? The advanced system.
Palmer Lucky's company, I think, right?
Oh, I don't know. You guys know. You know all the industry guys. I just know the game. I don't know anything. Shit.
Okay.
So this is an analog. This is not a Nintendo 64, and what it is, it's a clone machine to some extent, but it has FPGA technology, which makes it kind of an emulator, but not an emulator of software, an emulator of hardware. Hardware emulation, it's not perfect, by the way. It's a lie. By the way, it's a lie if people tell you that hardware emulation is perfect, and it's not. Sometimes it's actually better, and sometimes it's actually worse, but it depends on the core, all right? So this thing right here, and this cartridge right here, probably the only one, this has every fucking Nintendo 64 game ever made. Bang.
Do they all work, or have you not got around to testing them?
Yeah, because it's all like I said, it's FPG. It's not only they work like Perfect Dark stressed out the system to the point where it dropped frames. If you remember that game, on this, if you put the expansion pack on, which is actually simulated, and the fact that it's FPGA, it actually doesn't drop. It performs like really well, a lot better than the original hardware. This is actually better than original hardware.
Does it run natural resolution or does it upscale?
It upscales. It upscales. You can put it on TV, 4K, whole nine.
Have you played?
You know, and not only that, you can overclock it too. You got to overclock it to have like 007 and.
Have you played Body Harvest? Do you know that game?
Oh yeah,
Jaffe knows.
Probably
that
in there.
Oh, well, probably in there.
Probably in here.
A game I'd recommend.
Made by the guys that made the first Grand Theft Auto games.
The first one, like first three.
So I'm a little tech illiterate here. So let me ask this question, right? There's a lot of like PlayStation 1 games and stuff I wait for PlayStation to bring out and like put on my PlayStation. Like, for example, let's use Twisted Metal 2, for example, since that's one of the games that they brought out for $10.
Yeah.
But like when I play it on PlayStation, I'm still getting that 480i resolution that it came in, right? Like the black bars on the side. How can that machine upscale it to 4K, a Nintendo 64 game, but like the Sony developers?
It can upscale it, but it can't change the resolution. It can upscaling is like doubling the lines of pixels. It's not changing the resolution. That's a different thing.
Tech,
Yeah.
do your job.
Jaffe's saying he's getting bored.
I'm not saying I'm getting bored.
Yeah.
I'm saying the
He says,
audience.
here's what he's saying. He's
the
saying,
audience.
All right, I'll
no. I got you.
No,
Tommy. It's not that.
Stop,
It's
stop.
Jaffe has
It's
a
not-
complex
No,
where if he sees someone do a sleeping emoji in the chat, he's like, "Oh fuck, am I not performing as an entertainer? Fuck me."
That is not the case.
Identify
I feel
tech.
guilty. Well, I will say,
allow me to speak for a goddamn moment. I like Tommy C on the show. It's not Tommy being here. It's the fact that when Jordy and Tommy get into their autistic desires to talk about scan lines and upscaling, I'm like, we have not conditioned the audience to give a fuck about any of this. And so they can have that conversation over a beer, but this is not.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with Jaffe because I knew this is kind of dangerous for your show. But here's the thing: I don't get a chance to talk very often.
No, stay. Don't go away. Just don't
you're
talk
like
about
the
scan lines.
But that's what I wanted to talk about. You're the gaming guy. You like did a fucking classic game. So to me,
Well, call into my fucking game show. We'll talk games all day.
Yeah, okay, maybe I should do that.
That's what I was going to say. Of like the people that show up for a guy that used to be a game developer are not interested in like game developing things.
Well, I mean, Jaffe has a lot more to talk about. He's a podcaster. I get that, and I thought that I knew this is a little bit dangerous. You know,
it's not dangerous though.
It didn't work.
What
It
if
didn't
we?
work. It didn't work. It's okay. I've done stuff that doesn't work. I'm not
Stick
offended.
around and talk, but just let's not bore the audience.
Because like,
I-
'cause I
I
got
wanna-
more boring shit.
I want to play video games.
All right, well,
I
call
wanna
call me later. But
I will.
listen, that
Promise.
same company has a Game Boy Advance that runs all the old Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and new games.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm getting actually one of the.
If I have a good check, if I get a really good check next month, I'm going to spend it on the analog pocket. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting it for free.
Oh yeah, it must be nice.
If you made Twisted Metal, you might get that, I guess. All right, have a great day, guys. Have a great
All right.
show. Love
Later.
Crib.
Thanks, Tommy.
The smart show.
Yeah.
Goddamn right. You goddamn right.
Let's continue this boring ass line of conversation. Twisted Metal 2 got trophies on the PlayStation, but like Resident Evil did not. Why is that? Is that just laziness?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I think here's what I think. I think if you're talking about the digital re-releases, first party probably demands their developers because they want to push the trophy system. I don't know if it is required to say if you're going to re-release a game in order to promote the PlayStation Network. Capcom might be like, well, we'll let you do it, but don't ask us to do any more work if you guys want to do it. So that's probably what it is. Is it not, I don't think it's laziness so much as it's like, what's in it for Capcom?
Yeah. Jaffe wants to get the Lone Star tick in every house in America. He wants to remove meat from the table. What do you think about that, Wings?
I really don't care if you eat meat. I mean, I think,
Well, here's the thing.
I could not be a vegetarian.
What if you were forced to? What if, let's say you had the choice, you, Jaffe, I want both your responses here. You click a button, the infrastructure to support a vegan diet or vegetarian diet for every person on the planet exists, and now everyone's also allergic to eating meat. Would you press the button?
Okay.
It's affordable. There's no like strange price hikes on anything. Everything is set up where this new lifestyle can happen on the planet. You just have to press the
There's
button.
side effects to not eating meat, though.
Sure, but they're mitigated by whatever. Vitamins, minerals.
Beans, but like, yeah, there's not a whole lot of protein in your diet. Not having a whole lot of protein in your diet means that you're going to struggle with like fullness. You're going to struggle with muscle development. You're going to struggle with like, brain development. Like, there's all kinds of perks for eating meat and protein. Like there's perks for eating saturated fats. Like it's all about doing it in.
Let's say they solve those. Nutritionally, it's not going to affect anyone. The hypothetical
Who cares?
there. Would you make that
put
change?
butter on broccoli for the rest of my life.
Jaffe?
I don't care. I'm happy if you guys want to keep eating meat. I mean, it's I think it's cruel. I can't understand it, but I understand I'm in the minority.
You remember the question?
No, I was kind of bored.
Yeah, dickhead. Would you press a button to make everyone vegetarian?
No.
Why?
Because that seems like why would I want to control people's lives?
Well, then you always should want to control people's lives to some degree, right? You don't want people to commit murder. You don't want people to fucking drive drunk.
I don't, and I would love to say, oh, I'm doing it for the animals, but I don't have enough wisdom and education about the topic. Like, if I could press that button and people would say, you're going to save this many animals.
At Full Metal 94 super chatted $10.
Okay, that's like a jump scare. That scared me a little bit.
Thank you, Full Metal. We appreciate it, buddy. I would say I don't have enough education about what is it going to do to the population of animals? What is that going to do to the ecosystem? Like Wings is saying, what is that going to do to the human body? If I had enough information, I would consider pressing the button, but just to press it, no, I'd leave well enough alone given I know nothing about it.
Do you think there's enough credence then to assume that Bill Gates is not behind the increased hike in Lone Star ticks across the U.S.?
No.
I think Bill Gates has been painted as a boogeyman, and he may very well be one, but just like so much of internet discourse, no one offers evidence of anything except my friend saw this on the internet, and so much stuff is faked that I choose to go. It wouldn't surprise me because billionaires tend to be corrupt, but I haven't seen the evidence, and so I don't believe it yet.
I'm surprised they're not blaming George Soros over Bill Gates. And George Soros, the new guy they blame.
That's for you, Jaffe. If you would respond. To
No, he was talking to you about George Soros versus Bill Gates.
You're the old guy. You would talk.
He
about
doesn't
George
know who
Soros.
George Soros is. That's why he's kicking it back to you.
Well, no, he's the big investor guy. He like runs the stock market.
Look, okay, so then in that case, you blame whatever your agenda is, right? If you don't like the Jews, you'll blame the Rothschilds or George Soros. If you don't like the powers that be, the oligarchs, the rich people, you'll blame Elon Musk or Bill Gates. Pick your boogeyman based on what you want to bitch about. It all leads to the fact that we're a stupid people. We are easily manipulated. We are easily distracted. We don't read. We don't open our minds. Our egos are too fucking inflated to allow ourselves to say, oh, I was wrong about that. It's okay to be wrong about things. Like I would have admitted I was wrong about the First Amendment thing until I realized, no, you're not. What you're saying is right. But at first I was about to say, oh shit, you're right. But I would have been very upset, by the way. Not because I was
both
wrong.
right.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. But upset because I'm like, I don't want to live in a country where you can't say hate speech, even though I've never said the N-word, for example. In my entire life, I've never uttered that word.
So it doesn't bother you like the rise of like the Tea Party and the fact that like basically the Nazi wing of like the fascist side is actually excelling right now?
Of course that bothers me. I don't know what that has to do with hate speech.
Well, I understand like you want to be able to say like these words, but like, I
don't want to say
them. You want
them.
people to have the right to say them.
I want people to have the right to say them, yes.
And
they do.
Why?
Right now.
By the way.
Because I think freedom is, it is a very dangerous but necessary balancing act between an established society that keeps the majority safe and healthy and educated to some degree, and you push it an inch too far and you lose your what a lot of people would call God-given freedoms to live your life the way you fucking want to live your life.
Okay, so because it is a slippery slope potentially, right? That's the whole thing.
But it's not even a slippery slope. It's an immediate descent down the mountain,
right?
Because it suggests that, or it shows that someone is saying, I have decided based on a variety of politicking, these are the words that you're allowed to say. And I think that is chilling and disturbing and dystopian, and I want nothing to do with it.
But there's certain things that have to go down that route. Like, for example, like there's laws in effect that govern how people carry their children in cars, right? These are designed to protect children as a whole. They're laws.
Well, right.
You get punished for not doing them.
Right. But you're affecting someone else. That's different, right?
I'm about to explain my reasoning here, right?
Yeah.
If you look at society as a whole, and let's take our least common denominator. Let's take prisoners, right? When people go into prison, they naturally get segregated by race. They do this not because it's something they want to do, but because it's safe, right?
Okay.
Whites go with whites, black goes with blacks, Mexicans go with Mexicans, and they stake in cliques. And if you push this agenda where like you allow this racist rhetoric to continue to live and have breath in society, if something were to happen, right? They always say apocalypse is 3 missed meals away. That's the first place it's going to go to where people live and move in cliques, right? There's going to be plantations. There's going to be not plantations in the way of slavery, but like Ruby Ridge, where like people like group together and like, this is the white plantation. This is blah, 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 blah. People are just going to stick in their society. I think you should do.
At Cord 217 super chatted $9.99. Wings, what's fascism? Don't just say authoritarianism, and can you lay out corporatist economics, the economic model of fascist Italy? Not corporatism the way your Reddit brain conceives of it.
Just play the Goodwill Hunting clip. That's all you got to do.
The answer to your question
Thank you
no.
for the super chat.
But like I think we should try our best to like eliminate the idea of racism as much as possible, even if it means like outlawing certain words. And I know that's a little bit of control that you give up, but people are willing to give up control for much simpler offenses.
Well, they're idiots and they shouldn't.
Any credence into what I just said?
Well, yeah, because I think any white people talking about what we need to do to solve racism when white people are not the victims of racism, I think we should.
Come on.
Well, no, not
white people totally can be victims of racism. Just because whites have the majority
can,
of the population in certain countries doesn't mean they can't be victims of racism.
Well, okay,
If you took TechProtect and you dumped him in the middle of fucking Africa right now, people would be racist against him.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, wait a minute. I don't want to. Okay. Racism. First off, we're talking about America. Second off, in America, you can be prejudiced against white people. But I don't want to get into it. It's debate on semantics. That's not even my point. Let me finish. That's not even my point. My point, though, is I don't think most white Americans, let's just put even more, you, me, and Tech, have suffered much indignity in the way of prejudice or racism because of the skin tone we have.
Yes, I have.
That we are going to sit around and solve it on this fucking podcast. It seems a little goofy.
Well, it's not about solving. It's about just having a fun thought experiment.
Okay, well, as a thought experiment, no. If we can't if we can't create a country where we can defend the very freedoms that the country was founded on, then that needs to always be the North Star. The idea of like, well, we're going to curb these freedoms because people are too stupid not to say racist shit. So it's not that I'm ignoring what you're saying. It's that I think you're right. But, there's a lot. Life would be better. Like, go live in China then. Life's a lot better in a lot of ways in China, except when it isn't, when you run afoul of their many laws about things you can't say.
China sucks.
China has a lot of great things about it.
No.
But it also is an authoritarian government.
80% suckage over there.
Okay.
I mean, like there's things in China that's just reworded here in America. Like we don't have social credit scores, but we have financial credit scores, and those financial credit scores are determined if you go to school, get an apartment, get a loan, all these other things.
Yeah, but
right?
It's not based on if you go on the internet and say "fuck the police." It is in China.
Right. But they don't have freedom of speech over there.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying we should do all out freedom of speech. I'm saying that we should shun. And we should teach shunning of people that do these racist acts. Racism's stupid. It's just like it's what same reason I'm against this conversation, same reason I'm against ICE. Like you want to put Tech in there, but Tech's Latin, right? There could be some right. He doesn't present Latin, but he is Latin,
okay,
and there could be somebody that recognizes him as Latin. He could be an ICE agent with a fucking mask on and be like, you know what, I want to fuck with this guy today, and they can do it, even if he has a US ID.
Yeah, I mean, my ID presents Latin, dog. They're like, is that Jose? Yeah, dude. All right, we're fucking taking you. Okay. Look, it's. I was almost excited to talk about the fascism conversation. Too bad.
Well, go ahead, talk about it. I don't care.
Jaffe, how do you feel about the organic state theory in fascism?
Don't know what it is.
One of the big pillars of fascism is that the state is viewed as a living organism that needs to constantly be adjusted for the benefit of that organism that everyone takes a part of, right? Fascism, against communism. In fascism, private property is available to each citizen. I actually, now that I know, you're just gonna say that you're bored and you don't care, and this setup is just.
I'm actually listening. I'm struggling with you saying it's fascism and not socialism. It sounds like socialism.
Well, they're separate, right? Socialism or communism is different than fascism. The guy who even donated that to have Wings, COD 217. Do you know that guy, Wings?
Kinda. He's been coming to my streams lately. Now he's here.
Yeah. When it comes to because what does he talk about? He says corporatism, corporatist economics. I would love to have a prepped conversation for that, but Jaffe's just gonna fucking shut me down, so it doesn't fucking matter.
I'm not gonna shut you down if it's interesting. Go.
Yeah, I'd rather talk to you where you would actually have an understanding. You can be racist to white people in America. It's true. You can be.
You can't.
Okay.
Again,
Jaffe, if a black person says, "I don't want you going to this white person's house because white people commit, sexual assault on their kids more often than black people do," is that racism towards white people?
No.
Okay, if I say, "I don't want my white son going to this black person's house because the black person is more likely to commit violent crime," is that racism?
Yes.
Okay, then you're fucking retarded. Okay, that's just the plain simple.
I'm not.
It's
not.
I'm basing my opinion based on color of skin. That equals racism. It's a 1 + 1 2.
Okay, would you like to listen to the answer? This is why I don't want to have the conversation about this. Because a lot of people, when liberals or progressives or whatever say this, they think, okay, now you're just being difficult. I'm not. I'm trying not to have the conversation. The definition of racism what you're talking about is prejudice versus racism. There is a definition that is used of racism that says that only the people in power can be racist.
Okay,
in America,
that's not the definition of racism. That's some lady's definition of racism from 1962.
Well, tell me then you tell me the definition of racism you'd like
The
to
belief,
use, and I'll tell
action, or structure that ranks human based on race, resulting in prejudice, discrimination, or systemic inequality.
Okay, that definition that is a subjective take on someone based on race. Yes, then black people can be racist towards whites.
Yes, that is the definition of racism.
But that is a definition of racism, and that is not the one a lot of people use. But that's why I'm saying
cherry picking.
It's not. That's why
you got to find your specific.
And so do you.
No, I don't.
Yes,
that's literally the first one that pops up.
Jaffe.
Merriam-Webster.
Jaffe, can you drive a car to get to the store? Yes. Can you drive a motorcycle to get to the store? Yes. If I say, hey, going to the store in a vehicle is called driving. The instance I'm talking about is a motorcycle, and that's really called riding, but you could also call that driving. You're being semantic.
I am being semantic because words matter. All I'm saying is it doesn't matter. You know what? The point is, though, let's put it this way. The emotional hit that a white person can take if someone mocks them and makes fun of them and is cruel to them because of their skin color is a real thing. I don't care what you want to call it because it depends on the definitions that you're using, but it's certainly something I don't advocate and I don't suggest and I don't think is good. I mean, that's really the heart of it, right? Why waste time debate? People are going to have it's like feminists, right? If I say I'm a feminist, which I am, they go, well, what type of feminist are you? I don't know. I think men and women should be allowed to pursue whatever the fuck they want and be treated equal under the law.
Yeah.
But that's first wave feminist.
Versus second and third. I get what you're saying.
Right, so
and I want to point out this distinction here. I'm not coming to this argument with the characterization that I'm a white guy. I have never seen myself as a white person growing up. Spanish is my first language. My name is Mexican, right? I grew up in a Mexican family. I grew up in Mexico, people are like, yeah, Tech has bias because he's a white dude. No, I think white people get a short end of the stick by being told, oh, because you're white, you don't get to experience this like other people experience this. If it fits the bill, that's the result I'm seeing. White people can be discriminated against. Black people get discriminated against. I will say black people get discriminated against way more often than white people do. But it doesn't mean that doesn't happen.
Well, you know what did happen?
Tell me.
Over the weekend?
What happened?
Speaking of white people, and this is a white woman thing. White women have been they got a little bit of a victory.
Oh.
This happened on the I-95 freeway this weekend. Here you go.
This is my neck of woods then.
A vanilla latte truck.
This is
over.
AI.
Of course it's AI, Jordy. Come on, man. Come on. Of course it's AI. Give me a break.
My grumpy ass would be like, they don't do vanilla lattes like that. They make them at the store.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. But I will say, I'm going to show you this now. It is, I'm going to unshare my screen for a minute. It is blurred out, so there is no gore, there is no terms of service, but I'm still not going to play the whole thing.
Fuck me.
But I want you to see just a frame of it where nothing bad is happening, because it really, it affected me when I saw this weekend. So this is in Turkey. This guy is the head of some football club. Have you seen this?
I have not.
I know what this is.
What is this?
And in a second, this guy is coming in. I'm not gonna show it. And there's no gore. There's a gun.
That's enough.
that's where we stop it. And this gets all pixeled out, so I wouldn't show it anyway. But he shoots the guy, and the guy sits there for a second, and then he just tumps over and he's dead. And I think I don't think I'm the only one. I think most people are probably like this, where there's just something
you can take it off screen now.
No, not yet, because that's what I want to talk about. There is something so fascinating about this moment of this man's existence, and the fact that in about 2 seconds, that switch will be off, right? And it just makes you question things. It makes you question Okay, are we just machines? Is his spirit leaving his body at that point? Is he aware of anything that happened, or did it just go black? I mean, when you guys see stuff like this, do you go down that road? Do you think about those things? I think most people do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about it before in my life. I don't dwell on it because I feel like it's like when you go to sleep or you get knocked out, like you experience what true death is. Like when you get knocked out and it's like you just go black, as you just cease to exist. I'm sure there's a level of pain before his body completely shuts down, but that's there. You know what I'm actually looking at in this fucking thing? These are some nice ass fucking benches. Why can't America have nice benches like this at restaurants?
Okay.
Well, this is probably they can, but this is probably a relatively highfalutin restaurant. This isn't McDonald's or anything, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there are
how you're older than me a little bit, right?
me or Wings.
Both of you, actually.
Yeah.
The amount of people you've seen die, is that in the single digits or the double
That I've
digits?
seen dead or that I've seen die.
Dying. Like to the end.
I don't think I have never. I've seen my dog die. Like I saw his life force fade. Both my dogs, but I have not ever seen a human lose their life.
Wings?
About 6.
Yeah. It is such it's like, you know, life moves. Life is always moving. But those moments, for me, I don't know if Wings feels the same way. It's like a dead stop, and not to use dead as that term.
I'm more like with Jaffe. I've seen 6 people like die, but it's usually from like wrecks while I'm on the road, and I'm not right there watching them die. Right? I've had to put animals down before and had to watch.
So have
them
you ever
die.
seen a human's life go from active to not active?
Not actively. I mean, like I've seen it in my vision, but like they're like laying on the asphalt, like while I'm sitting in my car. That kind of
And
thing.
how do
right?
you know how do you know they're dying? How do you know they stop moving? They just
Well,
stop
one got
moving?
cut in half.
Okay, so they're already dead. Or you
Well,
you saw him get cut in half.
Yeah, he got hit by he was on a Harley Davidson and a guy ran a red light, bam, and legs go one way, he's over here. You know, that kind of thing. Like I live in Myrtle Beach, we have a lot of those, right? Especially with Bike Week and stuff like that. A lot of people hitting guys on motorcycles. And that's the vast majority of my experience.
What was that like? I mean, you see that happen right in front of your eyes. Did you?
That was actually my third one. So like that was like, oh, this is fucked up. My first one was really fucked up. I was actually a Domino's pizza driver at the time. And this was right when like Blackberries were coming out.
Yeah.
Right. So people were just now starting to like do the texting, but it wasn't like texting like this. It was like that. You got to press the 2 button 3 times to get like a letter you want.
Right. Yeah.
And this girl, she had a Toyota Camry, and this guy was on one of those sport bikes, those Ninjas. And he goes to he's coming to a stop, and she clips his back wheel with her Camry while she's texting, and it loses control, and he hits a curb, and he like gets launched right into a light pole. Like boom. It's like, oh, that's fucked up. And he just went limp. I'm assuming he died. So I'm going to rim assuming he died. He didn't move the entire time.
When you see, you know, we romanticize death, not romanticize it like it's a good thing, but like the soul leaving the body. And there's a lot of these hospice stories and things like that. But when you do see it out in the world like that, or even when we put my dog down, it never feels that way when I've seen stuff or heard those stories like you're telling. It just seems very unemotional. The universe doesn't care. You're just another physics object in its simulation. And you got ripped in half because that thing hit you. You went limp because you no longer have a brain stem that works. You know,
you know what I think about? It's like I think about like all the teaching and everything that went into that person up to that point. Like all the birthing, all the diaper changes, all the times that he caught a ball, people that were proud of him. Everything is just gone, wiped. And like some people can't handle it. I've seen like I haven't seen personally, but I've heard stories of a lot of mothers that lose a child that it basically eliminates their life too. Like they just never can get over it.
I wouldn't. I have 2 kids, but if I lost them both, I would very happily be like, I'm done. I've said that before. It's harder to have 2 kids because you got to stay for the other one. But if both are gone, I'm done.
Jaffe told me the story the first time
Hypothetical.
I met him. The first time I physically saw Jaffe, we had this conversation, oh yeah, if both my kids go, I'm going to some Nordic country to sit in a pod and they take my last breath on purpose.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Happily.
Would it be
At Beastman 580 super chatted $10. Holy, this is weird. Yesterday morning I was driving to work and almost hit two horses that escaped their pen. It really messed me up, and this conversation he's hitting makes you think.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
thank
one of
you
the reasons
so
I don't
much,
drive fucking
Beast Man.
motorcycles, Beast Man. Like, honestly, like I've owned 3 motorcycles in my life, but every time I've owned one, it was to flip it. It was never to own, like actually use it. But let's hypothetical here, Jaffe. Like, say you only had one child, whichever one you pick, right?
I'm
Are
not
you
doing a Sophie's choice.
Yeah, but like, say you have one of these children and they pass away. Does the type of death matter, or just the fact that they passed away is going to be enough to push you over the edge?
I think I'm good. I think I'd be like, you know what? I had a good run. I had a really good run.
So you're doing the Wings Redemption thing where like you have nothing you yourself will live for. You live strictly for your children at this point.
No, I have things I love to do, but they are dwarfed by the emotional attachment I have to my children. And if that, I don't think I could want, I wouldn't want to live with the pain of it. But I don't, you don't really know. I saw an interview last night with Martin Short, whose daughter just ended her life. And she was a big advocate her whole life for mental health. And she had bipolar and this, that, and the other. And the reporter asked him, will you comment on it or whatever? And he said, his first wife died of cancer, and everybody was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and all this stuff. And it was really hard.
At Mama Kayfabe 88 super chatted $9.99. I saw my mother go from her normal self to a shell 3 times due to a fast-growing brain tumor. She finally couldn't fight it anymore. The light leaving is the worst part.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Mama. But yeah, I mean, that's horrible. Just absolutely horrible. And when you see people with dementia going, and it's really, really bad. I'm sorry that happened. That was your experience. I forgot what I was answering your question, Wings. I'm sorry.
I want to talk about Mama's question because I was raised by my grandparents, like almost totally. My mother had me when she was really young, and my grandparents kind of took up the mantle of my parents because like my mother wasn't ready to be a parent at that point, and my grandmother died like 6 years ago. I'm sorry, wait, get emotional because like in my head, I remember what it's like. My grandmother had lung cancer, and it moved to her brain. And when it moved to her brain, it like, kind of like shut down her motor skills. So she couldn't talk or move or anything, but she recognized you. And I've seen that one time, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm very selfish with funerals because like, I firmly believe that funerals are for the living. It's not for the dead. And it's I want no part of funerals whatsoever. Like, I don't go to them. I try not to go to them. The only one I'll probably be forced to go to is probably my mother's, because I'm most likely going to be like the adjudicator will and the power of attorney and all this other stuff since I'm the eldest child. So I'm going to have to go through that, and I don't want to. But like, I don't know. I just don't. It sucks watching somebody that you love in their weakest moment. I'd rather remember people for who they were, not who they end up being at the end of their life.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. I get it. And again, I mean, I really don't keep meaning it to bring back to religion, but it's just a lot of people say, oh, religion's there to help you deal with how tough life is. And I'm like, if God was the God you say is, life wouldn't be this fucking tough. We wouldn't have to see people die of dementia. We wouldn't have to bury children, right? We wouldn't have to go to war for rich people so they could continue to sin while everybody else has to suffer for it. But here we are. By the way, did you see the patent that Meta filed? Speaking of dead people, Meta has been granted a patent outlining an AI system capable of simulating a user's activity on social media, including continuing to post after their death. So if you are on Facebook or Instagram, and it was originally filed to say, hey, Tech's on Instagram, he hasn't posted in a week, AI can kind of post something for him that would be something he would post, and it would be in his voice and stuff. But they carried it over onto Facebook, where you can say this person has died, and now if this patent gets executed upon, they will be able to basically say, oh, that guy you went to high school with that died in a car crash, he's back to posting. It's the AI version of him, but he's still posting 3 times a day about whatever crazy shit he posted before. So I know what people are going to say. It's gross, it's awful, and it is, but I must admit I do kind of like it. I think
I don't like
cool.
it at all.
I know
like,
most
to
people
me
don't.
to me that would just keep a wound open.
I don't know. I mean, I hear you, but wounds, I mean, like your grandmother, right? Like my brother went to the cemetery yesterday for Mother's Day, and he FaceTimed me there. It's in Alabama, the graves of my mom and dad and aunt and uncle and shit. And hang on a sec.
At Beastman 580 super chatted $10. Yep, seeing someone go through something like cancer is awful. I've went through it 3 times. But you have to it for them, as hard as it is. At Shrimpy super chatted $10.16. Long live the memory of Gangsta Grandma.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Very, very nice.
Fuck.
Very, very nice. But yeah, I mean, it is, I don't know what we were talking about. These fucking distractions, they're not distractions because they keep the lights on, but we got to, this is, our show is not LolCow Live, obviously, for a lot of reasons.
Please
This
interrupt
is-
us
this
more,
is not-
TTS. Please.
It's not funny,
we
though.
need
We
more-
don't
we
run
need more
that
money.
kind of, we do need more money, but we don't run that kind
That's-
of show, and it makes, okay, fine. So I don't know what the fuck we're
It's
talking
what
about.
makes
Fine.
the sausage, Jaffe. I'm sorry.
It's not what makes the sausage.
Well, it is. And then, until we get 5,000 concurrent viewers, we can live off ad revenue. This is what makes the sausage.
Our audience doesn't give us money because they want to interrupt. They give us money because they want us to feed into the conversation their take. And we can do that in a more elegant way that makes the other audience stick around. Anyway, whatever. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. You could also focus on the conversation and not forget what happens after a TTS that goes off for 9 seconds.
Sorry, I forgot. That's how my brain works.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, we'll get better brain.
No, I don't think so.
Anyways,
I think you both can be right at the same time. Like, there's a more elegant way to do it, but it also is important to the show and the lifeblood of it.
yeah.
Well,
if we get
super
removed from
chats are, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right now
but,
we're barely hanging on to the top nine.
Right. Well, yeah, but we need to have some level of control over when we do the super chats, like just the on and off button, if nothing else.
I did
the
when you
super
started
chats
talking
are
about your stuff, your story. I turned off TTS. No one donated. Jaffe started talking about Facebook made a new thing. I was like, all right, well, I can put TTS back on. So I turned it back on, and then it got interrupted, and Jaffe can't remember where he was at. Wings, I'm sorry to hear. In my past lines of work, I have been within 10 feet of multiple people dying, but these were all strangers to me, right? I've only ever been witness to one death that was personal to me, where I had a friend commit suicide when I was younger. It's I don't know. I don't think I've ever told that story ever, because I think Jaffe would demand I go to therapy. Because
I can't demand it, but you
you would
should
demand
be in
it,
therapy.
yeah.
You should be in therapy.
it's shit. Death is always shit. It pulls you out of what seemingly feels like the monotony of life, the going through the paces, I have this to do tomorrow because this is the life I've planned up for myself, and then it just takes you directly
it's
out
also
of it.
one. It dictates how I'm political too. Like I'm liberal mainly, like especially like this Iran war, because I know that there's gonna be some old man beating his chest like fucking King Kong, sending other people's kids to fucking die in a desert for nothing. For absolutely nothing. What is he trying to achieve? The exact normal that we had before he attacked the fucking country. And there's going to be thousands of families sitting around funeral homes and like having fucking flags draped over caskets for fucking nothing. It's terrible, and there's people out there with enough mental instability to like want to pump their fist and support it until their kid gets taken, and then they switch over to the other side. It's stupid, absolutely stupid.
Are
Definitely
you
like
guys following?
TTS.
Go ahead.
Definitely like TTS, Jaffe. Fuck.
I'm trying to follow.
You know what Jaffe did to me yesterday? Great thing Jaffe did. We're gonna pull it back a little bit. It's Mother's Day. We're all eating, some Italian food, and Jaffe's like, "Go get your mom." Because my mom's ashes that I keep in the room.
And it was nice.
Well,
It was nice.
yeah, but I don't know how you deal with your issues. I don't know if you have many big traumas.
Atras Pergu 13 super chatted $9.99. Mr. Jaffe. If you were at Sony and could design a more sexualized game, could you have Wings as 25% heterosexual character?
I could. I think I would make it like a slider or something, and every time you collect a certain resource, depending on what you collect and what you slot it into, it makes them a percentage gayer or straighter, just depending on how you want to play them.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. Give the players choice,
Yeah, Jaffe, I don't know what major traumas you've had in your life. You don't seem to talk about them often or ever. I don't think you've ever.
I literally talked about my mom pretending she was dead yesterday.
I don't know if that was a trauma. It sounds like a funny little thing.
It was a trauma, but it was also funny. But it was very traumatic when you're 8 years old.
Yeah.
So, Jaffe, I know you don't like talking about the gaming stuff, but like the God of War, Ragnarok, great game, right? But they had no faith in the game itself. Would you ever pitch to Sony to come back and take over like the Dad of War section of God of War? Like,
no. Well, first off, they had a lot of faith in that game. It did well, and it was
no. They have the developer on the thing say like they were afraid this game was going to flop. They didn't know they could reach.
Sure. But I mean, we all say that because it's true. Any game you make, but it wasn't that Sony at large didn't have faith in it. They promoted the shit out of it and spent a lot of money on it, and it did really, really well.
The
PlayStation.
The developers
was PlayStation.
Well, I'm talking about the people themselves, not just.
I know, but it's first party Sony Santa Monica, and so I know that individuals. I'm saying that.
At Kelly the Instigator super chatted $9.99. Did you go get your mom and bring her to the dinner table? Did you give her own chair, or did you put her in the middle of the table like a centerpiece?
She sat next to Tech.
She sat next to me. Yeah, she was.
And we told stories about her mom, his mom. It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly. My mom killed herself when I was like 26, and we were fairly estranged, growing up. But Jaffe was telling a story about his mom and growing up in his family. And I told a story about, my mom grew up poor. Her family was wealthy, but she never took any of the money, and she worked normal jobs. Like, I think she worked at Walmart a couple times, some gas stations. So when we would visit her, she always wanted to do like above and beyond. And I remember there was a Halloween. I must have been like 5 years old or 6 years old. And she got those hooks you put on the wall to like hang your coats or whatever. She bought like a dozen of them, like a ton of them. And she bought clothesline, and she bought really cheap sheets. And she hung these hooks all over the apartment that we grew up in, and put the clothesline on them, and then put the blankets over the sheets. So when we got home, our house was like a haunted maze. She couldn't afford to do much. She barely could afford her car. But she gave me. That's probably the best. It's probably the best Halloween I've ever had. So yeah, we had a good time. It was a good Mother's Day.
Somber. Why'd you turn your camera off? Are you crying?
No, I need to get something off the floor, and my ass cheeks are hanging out. So.
Oh,
Yeah, he's crying.
Where,
But I mean, nothing wrong with crying. I mean, it's a sweet memory. It's a very, very, very sweet memory. You know, and moms are great. And it sounds like your mom, like a lot of moms, you know, she had her own shit she was struggling with, but she loved you and she was there for you. And you told a story also. I think she might in some ways still be there for you. Because I almost don't believe the story.
Oh, not that story fucking scares me a little bit, Jaffe. You're all fucking back. This is like a little over a year ago. It's a couple years after my mom, you know, had passed. Me and Sarah are in our house in Vegas. And the topic of my mom came up somehow. We were just talking about, I think, just memories of her. And so we're playing her favorite musician, who's Sheryl Crow. And I'm talking about the stories of my mom that I know of. I'm like, you know, at her viewing, there was more people that weren't her family than were her family. And I think that's like a very significant thing to see that she made such an impact on her community when she was alive, that so many people wanted to come out and see her. You know, she used to do art. People came with like, you know, these sketches my mom used to give them as little presents. And in the middle of that story, I get a phone call from my mom's contact on my phone. You know, it says her name on my phone. It's ringing. Sarah's next to me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm panicked.
And you're listening to Sheryl Crow, which is her favorite artist.
At Tuck Jr. super chatted $19.99. I lost my ma 2 years ago. Go Tech. It's okay. We are all here for each other.
Thank you, Tot. So I'm laying with my now fiance in the bed. We're listening to my mom's favorite music. We're talking about my mom, and I hadn't talked about her in like months. And I just so happened to get a phone call from her phone number. And I'm losing my mind. I'm like, what the fuck? And Sarah is like, there's no way. There's no, like, Sarah's like, oh, you're messing with me. And I pick up the phone, and it was her boyfriend, or I guess her ex-boyfriend. I don't know how you count that. It was her boyfriend when she died, was calling me to ask, oh, is this Tony? Is this? And I told the dude, oh no, wrong number. And then I hung up because in that moment, I could not fathom what the fuck was happening.
Well, it's simply, I mean, again, it's, I'd be curious about Wings because he's very much a skeptic. Tut though, seriously, that's a lot of money.
Thank you, Todd.
Thanks, buddy. But it's, you can believe in the afterlife or not, but that, assuming that story is accurate, and Sarah said it was, and Tech says it is, that's so bizarrely coincidental that it makes you go, okay, that's weird. Like, I don't know what it was, but it may not be the ghost of your mother, but there may be something to be said for superposition and quantum physics and things affecting other things that cause that to be manifested. Not that it was your mom's spirit, but just somehow a physical residue of your mother's existence.
At King of Kingless super chatted $10. All I'm saying is, I wasn't tearing up when we were talking about the analog N64, embarrassed smiley face emoji.
Yeah, well, you go listen to Tommy C then, God damn it.
They're saying Tony.
But I don't know, Wings, what do you think?
Well, first off, Tech has proved to me that he has the answer to your problem, Jaffe. He could turn them on and off. He just admitted he can turn them on and off. Why don't you just keep them off? And then we...
Oh, I could. I thought it was funny. When Jaffe's talking, I've been clicking it back on.
I know you think it's funny. Your radar on this is miscalibrated.
Because like there could be sections that we throw the super chats out there.
Yeah, but it's also funny to interrupt Jaffe. Also, yes, my name is Tony. You know, my short for Antonio. You know, whatever, dude. It's at this point, who cares? Honestly, fuck it.
This is how the onion gets peeled back. I've been this for 19 years going on 19 years. You get one piece of information and it slowly peels the onion back. Dude. It's not fine. It's not fine. Trust me, it's not fucking fine.
My blood type is AB negative.
Dude, no.
Go to the next one.
Listen to a dude that's got 18 years your senior in this role. Don't do it.
I was born in Nevada.
Don't do this. Because Tech, you have all the makings of a LolCow yourself.
That's fine. I'm gonna run for president one day. You know that? That's not even a joke.
Anybody can run for president.
Oh, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win for president.
35.
And also,
Fucking
yes,
Tiger King ran
Tech
for
has said this a
president.
long time ago. Anyways, I've always been open that my name's Tony. Yeah.
Anyway, the point is that was a weird coincidence, and I'm glad. 'Cause I
Scared
do
the fuck
think
out of me.
I've seen weird coincidences that make me feel my parents are around, and I absolutely get that we will fold experiences to be what we want them to be. I am not a believer just to believe. I have no idea what's going on, but I've seen enough to make me go, the skeptical view is probably right, but it's not necessarily right.
That Big Mystiac super chatted $9.99. I hope you guys have a great day and a week full of amazing shows.
Thank you, Big
Thank
Mistake.
you, Big Mistake. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you.
Jaffe,
Yes.
there's two major coincidences in my life,
No.
and I want you to tell me which one is more unbelievable. And Sarah can confirm both of these, which is crazy. It's very
Okay.
convenient for me. It's the mom that I'm randomly, out of not talking about my mother for months, I'm talking about her, playing her music, giving a story, phone call, right? There's that one. The second one is my ex-fiance wanted her one sex pass to be the guy who made God of War, David Jaffe. And she tells me this 6 years ago. And now we're living in the same house.
Yeah, we ain't fucking.
We ain't fucking, and she ain't fucking you. You wouldn't fuck this 5 foot tall Filipino woman. But which one is more unbelievable?
The first one.
The first one, because of the timing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But they're both weird. I mean, again, I believe there's something to do with simulations. Like I think the idea of, and again, I am not, it's always important to preface this because I get that the mind looks for patterns. I get that we're biologically, evolutionarily wired to look for patterns. That's one of our superpowers as a species, blah, blah, blah. I get all of that. But I also think that there are things that feel out of the norm like that. I mean, even if it's just like I think there's only so much RAM to go around, and I think that there's only so many people that are actually conscious in people that you're in the server with, and everyone else is an NPC. And I think you can tell by the quality of certain people who an NPC is, and who an actual real person is. And I think the real people get clumped together. And so like the story with you and your girlfriend, it's probably because I'm real, you're real, but there might only be 600 of us on this server that are actual real people, and everyone else is an NPC, right?
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if it's true either. It feels true.
But mainly because we currently have, and I think this is accurate, 661 people watching. And I know this is the smartest chat in the LCU. Everyone in this chat is not an NPC. We're all real here in Crypt. There's no way.
That's exactly what an NPC would say.
Wings, what's going on?
I am texting somebody.
Let me text
In
Jaffe.
the meantime, can I show you a very old ad that I think is just delightful?
Yeah, show me a good old ad, Jaffe.
Oh well, now it looks like it might be AI. Not
Jaffe. Amazing Ben Merle for 4 months says, my famous dad regularly drunk dials me. Anything is possible. Time for a cheese pocket. I followed most of that sentence until we got to a cheese pocket. Is that a sexual thing, Jaffe? Do I not know about this?
Yeah, it's like Hot Pockets. What are you gonna eat? Hot Pockets.
Is that
amazing?
The slogan?
Yeah. What are you gonna eat? Hot Pockets, something like that.
Wings. Is that true?
I have no clue. I haven't watched cable TV in 20 years.
Cable TV.
I haven't had ads in forever. Go ahead.
A bunch of MAGA people, or two MAGA people wearing MAGA hats, got kicked out of Panda Express. And now the right's all upset and they want to boycott it. I mean,
did they get kicked off because of their hat or because of their way they were acting?
Well, what they say, and I haven't seen any of the footage, is that they went in. He was wearing a MAGA hat. and people were kind of cold to him. And the cook was looking at him, I think he was a black guy, was just staring at him like, with daggers. And the guy with the MAGA hat gave him a thumbs up or whatever. And then he says, I asked if there was an issue, and the cook said, your hat. So I asked if he supported MAGA. They proceeded to call the police and falsely say we were refusing to leave. I left the store and stood on the sidewalk. Multiple employees came out to intimidate me to leave and stop filming. There is footage of it, but it's 15 minutes long and I haven't gone through it. So, but it's on Twitter now, and the right is now upset, which, I mean, I get, you have a right, look, I think wearing a MAGA hat today is a pretty stupid fucking thing. I think to support Trump today says a lot about you being a person that I want nothing to do with, but that doesn't mean you're not allowed to be served in a restaurant. I mean, I think that's a little ridiculous, but I mean,
maybe they're inserting the word MAGA. Maybe the cook just didn't like the discourteous of wearing a hat in the building.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
There was another, there's a vape store I want to say it was in Ohio, but I'm not too sure, where the guy went in wearing a MAGA hat and the vape store employee was like, get the fuck out of my store. I will not fucking serve you shit. And he blew the fuck up. And he lost his job for doing so, apparently. But
well, here's the thing, right? Like, why is this an issue, right? You're allowed to deny service for people for any reason, right?
They're not.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're not, and they're allowed to boycott Panda. They're not saying they're going to jail for denying them their orange chicken.
Yeah. But you're also here. That's an interesting question. I don't think I've ever thought about this. An establishment can refuse service to anybody, but who gets to refuse service? Is it any employee at the restaurant, or is it the rules from the employer?
It generally goes.
It depends.
The hierarchy. Usually, it's the manager's call. It's not like a cook's call.
Well,
right?
yeah, but like that.
But they didn't refuse service to these people.
They just called the cops on them and said, "Oh, they refused to leave."
Well, I'm sure it's more than this guy wrote. Like the video footage starts after they're already outside. I do believe it wouldn't surprise me if the employees at Panda were like giving them the stink eye, but I assume more happened than what this guy is saying. But I could be wrong. Maybe it's exactly what he said.
Well,
but
if you ask somebody to leave without giving them service, that's refusing service. Like you're trespassing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know how it escalated because we're just getting one side. It's hard to believe that it's very easy to believe they walked in, they were wearing MAGA hats, and people kind of looked at them shady. It's hard to believe that was enough to make them say, we're going to call the cops because you're wearing a MAGA hat. Right? What's happening?
It makes me think.
Good wings.
It makes me think back to that story where like the bakers that were Republicans that refused to bake a cake for a gay wedding. I don't know if you guys remember that story.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same thing. Both sides are pearl clutching. It's like, who cares? Give the man his orange chicken and go about your day. You're only hurting yourself by refusing service.
But again, we don't know. The wedding cake thing was different because we literally know what happened. We don't know what happened here, right? So I you know what I'm saying? They could have gone in and said, fuck all of you people who are working in Panda Express. You're a bunch of assholes. I fucking hate you. I wish you were dead. Like, we don't have that data, right? I mean, it could have been that guy with the cowboy hat going in and doing his shit.
Well, it also could be two people that just want to troll, putting MAGA hats on and going in to try to make themselves MAGA look bad. There's too many variables.
That's right. So I don't know, but yeah, but it's interesting. Well, I'm sure it's going to take on a life of its own to some extent, but fuck MAGA. I don't think they should be kicked out of a restaurant, but I certainly think go fuck themselves.
Why does Tech look like he's seen a ghost? We need to figure this out.
Yeah. What's going on, Tech?
Well, Jaffe.
Oh my God.
We've had a terrible show.
At Metalis83 super chatted $10. FFS Tech, turn the TTS sound down. Also you show run 3 shows and still can't screen share, blaming your graphics card. Bruh, screen sharing is a basic requirement, fix it. It's been weeks.
It's been 1 week.
No excuses.
It's been like 4 days, actually. Anyways, Jaffe, I'm looking at the back end. This is when You ask them to money me.
Okay. I will tell you this, folks. Before I even ask you to money me, I played this game over the weekend called Mixtape.
Okay, this
One
is
of my favorite. One of my favorite games.
We
of
have
all
20
time.
minutes left, Jaffe. Money me and then talk about the game after.
Oh my God. Look, folks, did you have a good time with the motion picture show this weekend? I sure did. We would love your money. We would love support because we don't do stunts here. And stunts work, but that's not what we're about. And it may be the answer is yes, Jaffe. Well, we don't care what you're about. Go fuck yourself. And that's fair. But if you enjoy the shenanigans that we bring to LolCow Crypt, and we appreciate that you do, we could use your support. We are barely hanging on to the top 10 with our fingernails. It is a scary time here at Casa LolCow Crypt. It's a scary time here at the crypt. So reach into your wallet. Let's start a dollar train. Let's start a $20 train. Let's give big donations and big super chats and big shared membership gifted things and enjoy spending our money together on this fine program. Thanks, everybody. All right. How was that? Did I do okay?
That was okay. That was fine.
Yeah.
We need your support. This show lives and dies by the dollar.
Yeah.
Money by Breezy Mac.
Goddamn
Let's get some hands.
Mac 738 super chatted $19.99. Money.
Money. If we are not in the top 9 shows, apparently we might lose movie Saturdays because we will be required to stream, and that is gonna fuck up our weekends. So we love movie Saturdays. The only shows that are not required to go live on the weekends are shows in the top 9, and we are, I think, number 9. So please save the show. Money us. Cynthia Breyer, thank you for the 1 gifted member.
Thank you, buddy.
I think Tech is underestimating my hard-headedness here.
Oh, about being required to stream on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like if somebody told me to do something, I was like, okay, that's not getting done.
I know. That's why I would have to stream by myself on Crypt.
Yeah, there you go, Melissa Duncan.
Melissa Duncan, yeah. Money us.
Buddy. Thank you, Melissa Duncan.
I've always been like,
tell
you
you
can
what.
ask me to clean the bathroom, never tell me to do it.
Maisie says no because Keem is still ripping me off on the Discord. Amazing Maisie, I have asked and they have not responded to me. I don't know why you're not allowed on the Discord. I don't think you're in any servers or anything, but they just said nothing to me. So,
hey, Jenna Poo, thank you, buddy. For the offering plate. I don't make much. Oh, buddy, give what you can.
Yeah, thank you so much.
But thank you for watching and being part of the community, bud. We appreciate it.
Beastman, yeah.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it very, very much.
And Ash got that membership. Thank you, Ash. Welcome in.
Who's Ash?
Ash, a cool person. They're cool. They chat pretty often.
Okay. Did you hear about the guy that got sucked into the airplane engine over the weekend?
On landing?
No, it was on taxiing, and he was on the runway. He had snuck over the fence. I don't know what he was trying to do yet. And he got sucked into the engine. And oh, baby. Yes, ma'am. Mistake. Thank you, buddy. When Jaffe says jump, I ask how high you got done right.
Tell her $20.
No, I'm not.
But do it in your dad voice. That apparently all these women. You know how many women in the LCU want to fuck you, Jaffe? For some reason there was a Reddit post the other day.
A Reddit post?
Yeah, a Reddit post that said, "God, something about Jaffe just turns me on." And then there was 27 responses by women, just like, "Yeah, he's like such a responsible dad. Oh, what I would do to run my fingers through his beard." I was reading smut. It was just insane. People want to fuck this guy. Toad Yuck, thank you for the £5.
Thank you,
Please
Toad
find
Yuck.
a better way to avoid TTS intruding all the time.
At Laura Castellanos 7,303 super chatted $50. Payday Monday. Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Let's get to that.
Ooh, Laura, good Lord, that's a 50.
That's a 50.
Where you been, Tech? That happened. I mean, Wings. That was like 12 seconds ago.
He's
Are you on
texting.
delay?
I was actually looking for the footage for the Frontier so we could have it.
Yeah.
I was kind of
Right.
distracted.
Please find a better way to avoid all the distractions. It disrupts flow, breaks concentration, stops you finishing points. I agree, Toad. I want to do that. Thank you for the super chat. Undead Dopehead, big ups to y'all, and thanks for getting personal. I don't talk to either parent, so I worry about what happens when they die. Yeah, I hear you. I thank you for the super chat, and I'm not going to tell you should fix that. I don't know what your relationship is, but that's tough. That's a lot of money, Laura Castanellos. Thank you so much for being generous with your ducats. We very much appreciate it. Payday Monday. Thanks, buddy. We love you right back. Tony Leone says, God of War saved my life. Well, on behalf of all of the team who made it, including myself, I am absolutely glad that we could help. Thanks, fellas.
Dude, people make fun of me when I say shit like that. Because I can say Fallout 4 saved my life.
I don't make fun of.
Yeah, but other people do.
Didn't Boogie make fun of you?
He did. He did when I said Fallout, because he's like, "What Fallout 4? It's not how good the game is. It came out in the right time of my life to have something to look forward to."
That's right.
Tony,
and games provide what a wonderful escape. The story I always remember, the first time I ever my brain wrapped around this was Ken Levine, who did BioShock and Ultima Underworld and all that stuff. I think he did
System Shock. Yeah.
He was and he's doing a brand new game that looks amazing.
Is it gonna be an Iron Rand novel?
That Tuck Jr. super chatted $99.99. Money.
Holy shit, Tut!
Thank you, Tut.
Tut, baby.
Thank you, buddy.
Baby. That's a lot of ducats, man. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it very,
Big ups,
very, very much. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Tut.
Tut.
That's my only problem with Ken Levine. He just copies Iron Rand. Like, I'm sure he's going to do a game about the Fountainhead here soon enough.
Well, that was that particular game. But seriously, Tut, that's tons of cash, bud. Thanks. We appreciate it. But I don't know.
Give it a little more special. Give it a little. Tut, thank you so much. You are saving the show. You and even the $5 donations, this keeps the show alive. It keeps us not having to do the weird trials and tribulations of mustard into our nostrils or buttholes that a lot of the rest of the LCU has to do.
I'm completely good. Like, I will take mustard to the face if you guys want me to.
I would rather not.
I won't be on the show.
Yeah, I would rather have a nice conversation where we can get to know each other better and explore cool, interesting ideas that happen in this amazing simulated world where only Jaffe is the real person and we're all NPCs.
I got to cancel the tarantula then.
Tarantula,
we were going to have Jaffe eat a tarantula here.
All right. So yeah, thank you so much. These mean a lot to us.
What was I saying? I don't even remember anymore.
Video games being copied. I don't know. By the way,
hang on. So Ken Levine says he was giving a talk at DICE or something or PAX, and he was telling a story about it was Thanksgiving. It was a Thanksgiving post on Facebook, and he said, I'm grateful for Total War, that series, Sega's series.
Ato Oi2 super chatted $9.99. Now sending this $10 seems lackluster. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji. Crypt is the best morning show in the LCU period. Best show of the LCU personally speaking. Hashtag Crypt Gang. Celebratory gesture emoji.
You goddamn right. Thank you so much for all the support. $10 is a lot. Thank you.
TechProtect. You need to do a Crypt walk eventually.
Amazing Maisie, thank you so much, buddy. Tech, I want you to cover Donald and Mathemagical Land. I don't know what
that is a good topic. I will talk about it tomorrow for sure.
So what the fuck are we talking? God, I lose my train of thought so
I'll
easily.
Be right back.
Ken Levine.
So Total War. Anyway, he was saying that he's thankful for games because there was, he's fought depression his whole life. And he says there were some Thanksgivings where he was alone and he didn't have his family and he wasn't with someone and it was sad for him, but he had video games. And he said, they really did give him comfort and community and an escape from some of his worldly challenges he was dealing with. And the way he phrased it was just so beautiful. And I look at video games and I'm just like, they really are a joyful product. I mean, not every game, but the idea of what they can provide, whether it's something to look forward to or a world to get lost in or a sense of agency you have in a game that you, for whatever reason, have not been able to cultivate in your real life. I think it's a absolute beautiful medium. I really, really do. I love it. I love it. So I don't laugh when someone says a game saved my life.
Do you think you could get Ken Levine to return your call?
Yeah, I had Ken on the show. But
You should get him on this show.
He doesn't do well, right. He says, he's worries a lot about spoilers, and they get mad at him because he just likes to talk. And he says, I know, Jaffe, if I come on, I'm just going to start telling you shit. And I have to be very careful with, because he's got a brand new game that's been in development for over 10 years called Judas. Right. And it's coming out in the next year. And he can't fuck up the PR plan. So hopefully after Judas comes out. But
because I ain't trying to talk about Judas. I'm trying to talk about like Thief and like Looking Glass. And
well, that was Warren's. That's Warren Spector was Thief, right?
That was Looking Glass.
Yeah, but Warren Spector was I don't know if Ken worked on. Anyway, we can talk about that later. That's getting into some weeds that I think people.
That's people old heads.
Yeah. Levine was System Shock 2. Yes, it's Andrew. Okay. Who is Mixtape 4? I mean, it was all right, but it wasn't a 10 out of 10. It was, to me, it was one of the best video games I've ever played. I don't know who it was for. It was for me. I don't know what to say. I mean, it just because it's not for you. Madden football is not for me, but it's for a lot of people. There is something weird out there where people seem to think everything has to be for them. I don't know why that is. I started watching the Darth Maul show on Disney this weekend, the cartoon, because everybody was saying it's so great. It's pretty good. I'm on episode 3. I don't know. It's good. I mean, cartoons, I get it, anime, but I don't know. I don't love it, but I think it's pretty cool. But I am excited for Mandalorian Grogu. That's going to be the next movie I go see in the theaters. Absolutely. Watch stream. Is that from Tech or you?
That's from me. It's like, I was like, he wasn't the director of Thief, but he worked on it.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. And like Thief was like the game that based every stealth mechanic of video games on.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Smoke Elijah says the mall shows the best thing Disney has done Star Wars in years. Is it? I mean, I'm on episode 3. It's certainly interesting. I'm not going to stop watching it, but I'm not like hooked, like, oh my God. Like, it's like, okay, it's cool. It gets better as it goes on. Yeah. I'll give it a few more episodes. I certainly don't dislike it. But all right.
I love
thank
Warframe.
You guys for all those
Warframe's
donations, great. Man. We appreciate it. Oh my God. I gotta get Coke. I'll be right back.
I am such a stupid gamer. Like, we were talking about like Ken Levine. Is like, I love the BioShock series. It's one of my favorite series out there. It's probably in the top 10. But I've always wanted BioShock to be more of a horror game than it actually is. This is more of like a political satire game with horror elements. Right? The first one. And the second one's kind of more just a shooter game. I want BioShock 4 to take place at Rapture after Rapture has completely failed. There is no more Atlas. There's no more like political science. There's just the splicers and a city that's barely holding together because nobody's keeping it up. There's no maintenance whatsoever. There's crushed tunnels. And I want it to look like Soma. You ever played Soma, Tech?
I have not personally played Soma, but I watched a YouTuber play Soma. Yeah.
Yes. Soma's a very dark game. Would you not want to play a BioShock game that looks like Soma?
I would.
Like, you have a shooting mechanic, you have the plasmids. It's very dark, very gritty. The big daddies, much like the monsters in the game, are like these robot husks that just exist in the levels, and they're terrifying.
I think I'd rather be more like, what is the name of that series? Metro
with the tunnels.
Yeah, the tunnels. I think that would be fucking. That'd be a fun game, but it's only because I have hands-on experience with Metro, but I don't have any hands-on experience with Soma. Yeah,
dude, Soma has such a good story, man. Like there's this ship in Soma where like it's a ship that we actually made, like, well, at least concept theory, that a ship that can like go to the top of the water and be here, but it also can go straight up and down.
Where it turns vertical. Yeah,
it turns vertical, right? And like the Zhanji, which is like this thing you're not allowed to look at. Like if you look at it, it starts hurting you. So you have to like keep your eyes away from the whole time. Like walks around the ship, and you're slowly learning about how this ship existed and how it went up into the.
How did you feel about
Like,
the recent Resident Evil, the one with the Japanese girl?
The Japanese. You're talking about Silent Hill?
Silent Hill, same thing.
Didn't play it.
No, why?
I didn't play it. You might not know this. Like there's certain games I really like. Right? I like Miyazaki games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring and things like that. I like Tenchu, which is technically another From Software game at this point. But I don't like the Japanese like samurai culture. Like I don't like that as a game basis. So like when they want to take me out and put me into like a Japanese setting, like there's like the only people I've ever played that setting with that I actually enjoyed was From Software. Like I love Sekiro. Like Sekiro's that setting where it's like ninjas and samurai and stuff, and I fuck with it over there. But most people miss hard when it goes to that. And it's like, and people are going to be criticized this. I didn't like Ghost of Tsushima. I bought it. I played it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the setting.
Oof.
But I like there's a game. What it's called? I forgot what it's called off the top of my head. But it's kind of like Kingsfield, but it's played in like a Japanese setting with like demons and like Janjis and stuff like that, and like all the like folklore. But it's set as like an old game. I forgot his name off the top of my head, but like I like that game. But I just think most people mess up the samurai setting. They go too much warrior proud with it.
Yeah,
I love Tsushima. I love Yote. I think they're great games, awesome games.
You think would you say Sekiro's better than them though?
Haven't played it. People tell me I should play it. I haven't played it.
Okay.
Did you see the rumor though that FromSoft is doing a pirate game next? It's going to be open world like Elden Ring, but it's going to be on oceans and islands, and your boat is going to be kind of your hub, your traveling hub. That's the rumor.
I'd be down for it.
Me too.
I'd be down for it.
Here's game news. Jaffe is not a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls series. I think Wings is familiar with the Elder Scrolls series pretty much. Someone is actively working on, I think it's a Dark Souls 2 mod that has the entire game of Morrowind in it. You play Morrowind using the mechanics from Dark Souls 2. And I think like all of Satanin is already built into the game. The Silk Striders are in there. The guy who falls from the sky and he goes, oh,
here's my thought process on this, and I don't want to like kill your joy with it. These never come out. Like there was people building Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 into like Fallout 3's engine, and then Fallout 4 came out. They're like, well, we're going to move over to Fallout 4's engine. Like the only one I've ever seen come out was like Fallout London.
Fallout London did come out.
Half-baked, right? And it's like these things never come out. They're huge projects taken on by very skeleton crew staffs that are going to be overworked.
Yeah, they're fans. They're not doing it for profit at all. It's like a dude who's like, I want this.
M4 says, my son is working on Clockwork Revolution. That's from Exile, from the Wasteland guys.
Ooh.
Great developer in Orange County, and that game looks amazing. We're all waiting for that. Xbox has a showcase coming up in June. I'm hoping they're going to show more of it, but that's exciting.
And
that's great.
I was kind of let down by Wasteland 3. I love the game. I beat it 4 or 5 times. But the fact is they marketed it as a co-op game, and their co-op has absolutely never worked well.
What is the most recent? 4?
Fallout 4. No. Well, Fallout 76 is the newest, I guess.
No. I'm sorry. Not
Wasteland
Fallout.
3.
Wasteland.
Oh.
Wasteland 3 is the latest.
Are you sure it's 3, not 4?
Yes.
Mighty Scooby or Scoobity. Welcome to Cash Cow. I don't know if you guys know this. We have a competition in the LCU going on for what show has the most cash cows. Oddly enough, you wouldn't think it. LolCow Crypt is holding it the fuck down. If you guys have not seen the leaderboard, we're doing phenomenally. We are almost in the top 5 for cash cows on a show. If you have a Bandroll membership and you can do another $5, that'd be amazing. Drop a cash cow. We have 60 seconds. Jaffe, count us down.
Welcome, Mighty Scooby. Thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate it.
Well, Wasteland 3 is their latest game, but they did do Frostpoint VR, which doesn't have a link here.
I liked Wasteland 3, but I didn't play it co-op. I just played it solo, and I thought it was really neat. I really enjoyed it, actually. But listen, you guys, you've been watching the best show in the LCU, the smartest show in the LCU, and part of why it's so smart is you sons of bitches. We really appreciate all the support you've given us today, the community, the camaraderie, the comedy, and the chlamydia. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I love doing this show with you guys. I'm sorry I was so tired today. Tonight I vow to not take my phone to bed because that keeps me up way later than it should. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Any closing statements, Wings? We have to send it over.
I take a tablet to bed. Like I have a tablet. I watch I have to fall asleep listening to videos like Red Letter Media and stuff like that.
All right. Well,
White
goodbye,
pizza.
everybody. Please tune in to LolCow Games, where I'm sending you today. It has me. We're going to play because I think Albert Dan quit the LCU. Unironically. I've not been able to get a hold of him. So fuck me. Love you guys. Goodbye.